Okay guys, for today's video I'll be playing with my favorite tower Necromancer and explaining him while I do it. But I have to do fellow mode solo, which I kind of messed it up with my first attempt at making this video. Since I was using time-lapse and the fast enemy kind of confused me before I even had a chance of reacting. So yeah, let me get into this right now. I got Cowboy for early game because in my opinion, Cowboy gotta be the best early game tower in the game. I'm gonna just get to the parts where like I place on Necromancer because I'm not trying to stall you guys for way too long, alright? And there we go, Necromancer. I have him right down, and this is my favorite fallen skin out of all of them for now. I haven't seen all the other ones, but if I'm being honest, for now, like, this is probably my favorite one since it's really cool, especially for on its max level. Okay, time for some explaining. For some people who don't have Necromancer, how he works is if Necromancer fills up his soul bar, which works out how much damage he does, he spawns at least 2 or 1 gravestone. And the more levels he goes up, the more gravestones he spawns in, or the better his gravestones get. But for some people who already know that Necromancer, since he has a extremely long amount of range, he should be placed at least somewhere in the middle center of the map or in the back of the map, so his range doesn't go to waste, and so his gravestones don't, get messed up once the enemies walk over them. Since it only really does damage once it's at max level, since the graves can explode if the enemies are close enough. But the best thing you can really do for Necromancer to make him really do a bunch of damage with the skeletons is by putting him in the back or the center. Sorry if my mic sounds low because I don't know what's up with CapCut and making my volume when I talk sound extremely low for some reason. It's because I'm like only a few inches away from my phone. But anyways, more things about Necromancer is that, in my opinion, I feel like that Necromancer is most likely better than Brawler and Engineer in some predicaments, since I feel like his skeletons being able to do damage, and at the same time, Executioner skeleton having a bunch of range and literally being just like Executioner. It having return damage, hidden detection, and pierce, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Necromancer skeletons are really good for close calls, especially if like there's a horde of enemies rushing in and you just have to spawn in those graves to really save yourself a lot. But yeah. Normally in public run, if I'm going to use Necromancer and I don't want to have to keep using Cowboy, I'll probably just go inside of a duo run and just get help there, since, I don't know. But one thing I really hope that gets fixed for Necromancer is that, normally Necromancer is able to chain 3 enemies, but if you put him on, oh my goodness, sorry for disturbing, but if he's on first enemy, he only targets the first enemy with the 3 beams and not 3 others. Which is kind of annoying since you have to put him on random, which is not good, since it can focus on the wrong enemies and kind of make things leak through. So what I really think the type of tower Necromancer is, I would say he's a DPS, but only if he uses his skeletons. So I'd say that Necromancer is more for crowd control, mainly because of his skeletons, doing a decent amount of damage, and also being generally good, I guess. And a little thing what I thought of, like, how I rank the hardcore towers: Accelerator in first place, Hacker in second place, Necromancer in third, Engineer in fourth, and Brawler in fifth. Brawler is good, but like when it comes to like when the boss comes in, I don't think so. Most people might think that Necromancer is the worst hardcore tower, but I think otherwise. And the only reason why I really wanted to get him because he's a pretty cool tower, and I love some of the towers a lot. Which is why I kind of regret not playing the game like in 2020 or something, since they dropped a bunch of cool towers who were also summoners. But I'm pretty sure almost all the exclusive towers are really bad now, since there's always other options to select from. I had to put it at like 1.5 since like I do not want to get like blitzed by these fast enemies out of nowhere. And also one thing what confuses me is that the Executioner has air detection, but Executioner itself, the tower, actually has air detection, so that makes more sense, I guess, since it's literally supposed to be Executioner. I might start clipping some parts out since I have nothing more else to say, except for like other people who like use Cowboy. If you get Cowboy, at least get 1 to level 3 before getting another one, please. I'm tired of some people like using Cowboy in a weird way, which just kind of upsets me. It doesn't bother me a lot, but like it sometimes gets to a point. Yeah, watch this insane boss thread. Damn! But now to end my rant about Necromancer, Yeah, he's a pretty good brawler. Not what? A pretty good tower, but he's not the best on his own like other towers are. And well, that's it for today's video. The rest of the video, I'm probably gonna like cut out some parts between of like when I win, or some parts that was just insanely weird. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked the video. Please do not forget to subscribe, and see you later.